Hi, my name is Byron Martin, and today we're going to be talking about Jasminum polyanthum, or the winter jasmine. Right now we are at the beginning of March and our plants are coming into full bloom. The reason why they are flowering is that they have been subjected to a period of chill, and that chill period is below 60 degrees and above freezing. And they actually can take it a little bit below freezing, but we never let them go that far. The key to flowering this jasmine is to subject them to that cool period for a period of weeks. And it's not just a short dip, it has to be consistent night after night. They're dropping down. This particular house we're in drops down into the 40s at night. And it happens over a period of probably 2 or 3 months. So what we do with our jasmines is we grow them during the summertime as vegetative cuttings. They're potted into baskets or they can be trained on trellis. And during the summertime, they're giving full sun. They're watered properly, meaning a little dryness, and water is given to them throughout the summertime, fertilized. And then as we go into fall, we try to subject them to that cool that comes along as we go into October, November, and December. And if we have an early fall where the temperatures are cool and we protect them from the freezing, the buds will form even before Christmas time. This year happened to be one of those years where we were able to get our buds formed even before Christmas. We could see the little buds forming on the tips. These plants here are in full bud right now in the flowers, but the buds actually form at the leaf axis. And as you go into that chill period, you'll see these little shoots starting to form here, and then a little bud starting to form outside of that. The important thing when you are growing this for flowers, for winter flowers, is not to, once you see that initiation of bud, not to put them into heat. And that heat again would be temperatures above 60 at night. Now daytime temperatures, it doesn't really matter too much. You're going to get warm days in a greenhouse or even outside in the fall, but it's that bringing the bud down into that cold temperature and letting it rest there for the nighttime and then coming back out of it. So once you see bud formation, you need to hold them in that cold until the buds have really expressed themselves and you're starting to see actually the forms of bracts and so on. And then if you move them into heat, that just forces the flowering cycle. As far as fertilizer goes, we use a balanced feed on them, and once we get into the cooler temperatures of fall, we discontinue feeding them. You can actually get salt built up if you continued, and they can't utilize it as well under colder temperatures. As far as pruning goes, what we'll do with a basket like this, once it's finished flowering, this is about halfway through, we'll give it a really hard cut. We'll cut it way down. Now, we will leave some stems on it and maybe a little bit of foliage, but this whole plant will be brought back to just the initial branching structure that was there when we started. This is a plant that's going through its second year, so it can go through its third year with a good hard cut once it's done flowering. Then you can cut it actually during the summertime if needed. Generally what we do is we keep wrapping it around itself so it becomes this big ball. But you can do some pruning during the summertime. Just got to remember that you want, probably by the time you get into July, you want to stop that. And you want to let those branches or leaves fill out, because that's where your flowers are going to form as you go into fall. When growing Jasminum polyanthum, you want to make sure that you give it as maximum amount of light as possible. And even during the wintertime, now this makes it a little more challenging, but even during the wintertime, it wants to be in a sunny window or a sunny exposure so that the plant itself can continue growing and continuing forming buds. It's not really a shade-loving plant. They will grow in lower light, they just don't flower as well. So the maximum amount of bloom you're going to get out of them is grown under full light. Another interesting aspect of this plant, if grown under very cold temperatures, and very cold would be down in the 30s at night, under really bright sunny conditions, the buds actually form pink as before they come out, which actually adds a little more color to it, because you can see this plant is totally white, and this was actually grown in this greenhouse where we didn't get quite that cold. Well, there's a little bit of information on how to grow our Jasminum polyanthum. It's actually a very vigorous and easy plant to grow. Just got to remember, adjust your temperatures as you go into fall. For more information, visit us at logis.com.